Welcome to the new Marik Workshop. This segment of the WBPL 76 is brought to you by the Night Owl Association, along with the Bear Digs Company and viewers like you. Why are you here? So listen, that's why I was saying that a robotic toaster is not a bad idea, but a robotic oven is a bad idea because, I mean, it's an oven. It's large, it's going to warm a bigger area, and I think it's probably a tripping hazard, not to mention the extension cord be humongous.
You
I'm
know,
not the only one.
no, I'm personally concerned about the Terminator ovens whenever the AI uprising comes.
Then just unplug the extension cord, unless they're nuclear powered,
I
but
mean,
then
they
we've got
could
bigger
be.
problems.
I mean, it could be anything, man.
Are we live?
Are we? Cookie, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Oh, it's almost like I did that on purpose.
Oh, anyway, perfectly normal.
You need
Perfectly.
to be
Everybody,
boosted
hello.
a bit,
Nope.
Para, apparently.
Okay,
You need
apparent.
to boost
All right.
move the thing closer to your face or something.
Face hole.
Yeah,
Squick at the moment is not here with us, so for the purposes of tonight, I will bring you a weekly dose of Squick and say, I shall move the microphone closer to my human face hole.
beautiful.
Human face hole. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new Marik Workshop. I'm your host, Parallax of the Black Pants Legion. Tonight, we're going to pretend to paint a little bit, mostly just be chuckle fucks for 2 hours, and see how things goes. Hey, oh, okay, real quick, guys. Forge Master Studios is in the chat with us tonight. Forge Master is responsible for the minis I'm going to be painting tonight. So I'll talk about it more here in a little bit. We got to get through user subs and that kind of thing first. But who's joining me tonight?
I'm the Cookie Mama. You know me. You've heard me before, so welcome. Um, here I am.
Cookie is supposed to be the responsible one of us tonight, and tonight she's told me she doesn't feel like it. So We're gonna see
I
what.
said I'd be about half of a grown-up.
Well,
I'd take on half of the grown-upness.
so what does that mean? Like you're only gonna like get up every other time that the baby cries in the middle of the night, or
Something like that.
and who else is with us?
Well, Mad Ducks was not available, so I'm the guy you found, in the Waffle House parking lot. I am moderately sane waterfowl. I
This
am Walter Fowl.
this is true.
Walter Fowl.
This is true. We found him in the parking lot of the Waffle House. He had just gotten done with a cage match inside, and had come out as a survivor, not necessarily the winner, but he did survive. So I thought that was enough to qualify him for the show.
I bet against myself. I made a killing. Now I can afford to go eat at Waffle House for like a week.
Well, it's true. It's true. And in fact, for surviving the Waffle House cage match, he won a prize that was all the smothered, covered, and capped hash browns he can stuff down his gullet for $9.95.
I just want to say that I'm actually honored that you remembered my own words.
It's true. I remember many things with my human mind. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into things. Then I'm going to show you what we're doing tonight. And let's see. Y'all sent me a bunch of stuff, so let's see how I've got this. Okay, and how does OBS work? There we go. Here's where we're starting. BizMonkey submitted to us this raven.
Hey, BizMonkey, I think your submission made it.
I think it did. I went through everything today, and everything I didn't show off last week, why, by golly, it's here. So we'll be going through this. I just want to point out real quick, this is a pretty killer raven. This is one of the Catalyst ravens, and I don't actually have this mech pack. I think it might be the only Innersphere mech pack I don't have, which feels odd to me, but here we are. But you've done a really killer job on this. I think if you came through and like did a little bit of shading around the edges of the cockpit, that would elevate it just a little bit more. But you've pretty well killed it on this. You've done some good edge highlighting. This is great. I don't think Cookie likes it though.
No, it's pretty. I don't, I like the mud on the bottom. I like the way you made the mud look like real mud. I'm not sure about the raven actual itself, but the painting job is awesome.
Well, you see,
like
even if you don't think it's a good mech, it is a striking one.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Mad Ducks?
I think that is a very well painted mech, but I think that it would be awesome if we made a variant with an AC-20 and called it a Boom Chicken. But the paint job on that is great. I like the basing.
Well, Zarvak sent us this, which I'm fairly certain to Mad Ducks this looks like black and gray, when in fact they are black and red. Just so you know, Mad Ducks.
I mean, I'm getting close to the screen and squinting.
Does that help?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, Zarvak has been sending us bits and pieces of this lance he's been working on as he's finished it up, and yeah, like you've got a super clean paint job on this. I'd be perfectly happy with this. This looks great to me. Let's see. It's a Warhammer. I'm remembering from last week. It's a Mercury, an Awesome, and a Wolverine, and then I think an Enforcer. I think that's an Iron Wind Minis Enforcer.
Quick says hello from the unending rental car line.
Oh my. Okay, guys. If I randomly drop out, apparently tonight my my ISP has decided to play bitrate roulette. So
Bit roulette?
yeah,
I hate that game.
So as it turns out, I got home from work today, and there was a very small excavator sitting in the street in front of my front yard, digging up the medium beside my mailbox. And as it turns out, that's the new ISP in the area installing fiber. So hopefully at some point in the not-so-distant future, I won't have this fucking problem anymore.
Then again...
Oh, God, what?
We've had fiber for, what? I don't know. Anyway, it hasn't... Yeah, but you also don't live in a place where the wind knocks out everything all the time. So.
No, it's all underground here.
Yeah.
All the utilities are underground.
Well, well, for us it should be underground, but Kalichi.
Okay. You got that super compacted stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a different view of that Wolverine. Still looking good. He's even got red hands. He's like Hellboy. It is not Charter or Cox. It is not Charter or Cox. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh yes. Zarvek also sent us in some terrain. This is looking like some homebrew terrain. I'm thinking. I don't know if these are actual PVC fittings or if these are like children's toy pipe fittings. I love scratch built terrain. I love it.
That looks like 3/4 inch PVC elbows. Not that I. That.
That's right, folks. As it turns out, Mad Ducks works for a living
Nonsense.
and does like things with stuff rather than like me, where I punch computers until numbers fall out of them. So, yeah,
I've punched computers before.
did numbers fall out?
A lot of things fell out.
Were any of them numbers?
Some of them were numbered.
Okay, that's like the same thing.
Squick says, tell them if they knock out your net, you get to ride the digging machine until they fix it. That's the law, you know.
It's true.
Little known side effect: if they leave it unattended, they cannot yell at you too much if you borrow it and go dig your own swimming pool. Not that I. Don't worry about it.
My backyard is crisscrossed by more gas pipelines than I can count. I ain't digging for shit.
Angry swimming pool in 3.
Also, Elite, we live very near each other then.
Okay, Digiman. I don't know if you're in here tonight, but Digiman asked us if we would show off custom 3D prints. As it turns out, if you send me something and it's something that you have made, I will, in fact, put it on here. Like
Arachnash did the primey thing.
Ooh, thank you, Arachnash. 9 months. Oh, man.
Thank you for supporting the channel. We love having y'all here. We're here because of y'all. That makes this your fault. Why are you here?
Yeah, I still don't know why you're here, and I would also like to go ahead and point out once again, if you give us money, we're going to do dumb shit with us. It. So
probably
you heard Big Man Tyrone, guys, and if you haven't, go look on the YouTube channel.
It's true. There are now 3 Big Man Tyrone videos on the YouTube channel. I don't know what else to say about that, but here we are. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, here's the other side of it. It's an Ox Challenge coin, guys. It's an Ox Challenge coin. I love it so much. It's amazing.
We can see your desktop, Para.
Yeah, I know. I don't have anything on there to be concerned about. It's 51 degrees.
Para, why do you think I keep giving you money? Money, says Night Owl of the Night Owl Foundation.
I thought that it was because it was a generous grant from the Night Owl Foundation.
And Ethan Hunt sends us 69 pennies and says dumb shit with a heart.
And I'd just like to go ahead and give you the obligatory response to that. Actually, I'm going to let Mad Dogs do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the Numeric Workshop, where we are going to say dumb stuff. We're going to say dumb stuff frequently, never on purpose, but continuously. We will ramble. Squick isn't here. Somebody has to ramble. And oh crap, I just got volunteered.
I was looking for you to say nice, but I'll take that too. And Vectron
Nice.
has thrown $10 at us. I don't know why we're starting this. I have never once asked you all to do this, but here we are. And Forge Master, we are made of dumb shit. This is the show. Yeah.
There's a floor burb there. We'll be careful.
Vectron,
do not play with the floor burb.
Vectron, thank you for donating. We're brought to here by viewers like you. Why are you here? Blah blah blah. Somebody going to ramble, and we thank you very much.
And Morgana sent us in some more homebrew.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
I like I said, I'm a sucker for homemade terrain. And again, Morgana has made very excellent use of some 12-ounce soda cans in this. And
wow.
I can only tell you that because they told us last week. This is so fucking great. Like,
that's a lot of corn syrup.
I mean, it could be
probably
diet.
beer. I think it's beer.
It could be beer. It could be diet. It could be carbonated water.
I'm not convinced that the beer isn't healthier.
It is
I
in
am
some
not.
cases.
I'm not going to argue with you on that, honestly.
That is so cool. I mean, I like the stickers on it. This is kind of my thing, okay? I guess I'm really kind of wooing and on over this. I like the stickers. I like the grunge. I like the whole aesthetic. It gives me this sense of like a combination of like the what's the big boat that Jabba had? Jabba the Hutt
Sail
and
barge.
the sail barge a little bit, and also
Jabba's big
like
boat.
yeah.
Big boat Jabba.
Yeah. Oh,
Forge
it's not
Master.
stickers? Did you hand do all that shit? Wow.
Forge Master. This
That
is
is really
all
good.
homemade with stuff. These are aluminum pop cans, and I don't know what else everything in here is made of. The only thing I can tell you is I know that the tanks on this are pop cans. It's amazing.
Damn. Look at the way they did the straight lines on that. It looks like decal.
Now, I also want to go ahead and throw out there, Zarvek. I may have accidentally only grabbed one of yours. That's my bad if I did. I thought I grabbed all of them. Beerski's nipples are hard in response to this. Just so everyone remember, so that when this gets put on YouTube, it's recorded for the people that are watching there that can't see the chat. Ensign Beerski's nipples are hard. And now, Cookie, here's the other view of that where you can actually see more of the art on it, and
They did a really, really good job.
killed it. This is Power Bottom.
Power Bottom fruit slurry has me.
Oh man!
Oh, I need a cough drop.
I
That's
am
great.
so glad I didn't have to say it out loud. Somebody else said it. Oh man!
Never bet against me saying something dumb.
Wow.
Oh god, I need this show every week. This is what keeps me like not violently insane, just regular insane.
That's what
I wouldn't
plants
call
say.
it regular insane. I would call it amusing insane. Mostly functional insane.
Functional insane. Okay, we'll go with functional insane. What else? Oh, okay. Night Clerk sent us this. Night Clerk told us that that he was working on this Char's Zaku 2 from Mobile Suit Gundam, and he was unhappy with the red on this, so he repainted it, and he fucking killed it. Now,
You're getting some shade from your lady here.
Okay, functional. Okay, well, that's fair. She has to. Like, she's more qualified to talk about it than I am.
Well, remember, behind every good man, there's a woman rolling her eyes.
Yeah.
And occasionally throwing pillows at him. Not that I know.
Ask me sometime about the time that she made me walk funny when she was asleep.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a conversation for not on.
Forge Master, there's all kinds of stuff that can end up in the user submissions here. I have literally had leatherworking submitted before because someone wanted to show it off, and as long as someone has made something, I'm happy to show it off. It's great. Okay, we got a couple of views of that. I think it's just 2 views of this, but yeah, like I don't know how much of this you repainted, Night Clerk, but you just fucking wrecked it. This is great. I don't know if you went through and repainted like the decals or whatever it is, but you killed it.
Killed it hard.
And then Wilf told us that he was working on another set of his Night Masters. I think the Chaos Space Marines that he submitted last week. And hey, if you want to send me like a Lego set, I'll put it on.
Yes. Yeah.
But Wilf was saying that they were having an absolute conniption working on that Space Marine, that Chaos Space Marine, and decided, you know what, Irby, and I'm all here. I'm here for Irby. Irby's always the right decision.
Irby Marine. If I might, real
Irby
fast.
Marine. Yes.
I don't wanna, like, rat anybody out, but I may have seen the work in progress pictures of somebody's Zaku that they painted, and from start to finish, every single bit of it, made me more and more impressed, and I was like, "This is really, really good." Made me realize I'm actually not really, really good at all.
You know,
Hey, hey, are we gonna
I'm
have this
okay.
conversation again?
yes.
I'm working my way to mediocrity. I'm just saying that I saw Night Clerks, work in progress bit by bit, and I was deeply impressed at every step.
Yeah, and like as I keep pointing out, I don't actually think I'm all that good at painting myself. I am solidly okay at this, and people keep showing up here and following me on Instagram and that kind of thing. So, you know, people have bad taste, I guess. I don't know. Anyway,
Okay, here's the thing. 2 things that I'll say every time, and I'm looking at myself with the same thing.
same
As
thing.
you say, as a wise man once said, "It looks like shit till it doesn't."
That, that is something I
And
have heard.
as another wise man once said, who is not in this server but a different one, "You are your own worst critic, always."
This is also true. This is also true. Okay, so nobody else sent me anything to show off, so you all have to sit here as I go through, frankly, just a giant pile of stuff I've painted in the last week because, frankly, I don't. I couldn't get out of the house over the weekend, so apparently I just sat here and painted. And there was a fair bit of speed painting in here too.
And
So,
Vectron is throwing more pennies at our head
ah,
for
ah,
amusement and funding dumb shit as a byproduct.
that's fair. That's fair. I've got well, oh God, what?
Thanks for the hunt, Ethan.
Thank you for supporting our channel. We're brought to you by viewers like you. Why are you here? This is the new Marik Workshop, where we ramble and we say dumb things, usually on purpose, not occasionally on purpose, never on purpose. But don't worry about it. We're here, and it is your fault. Thank you for tuning in.
I didn't say it was your fault we couldn't go anywhere. I'm sorry, car is talking to me in chat. Anyway, it was a weather thing. It was a weather thing. It rained, I think. Shit,
It
I
was
don't
my
know.
fault.
Yeah, it was
It
Duck's
was
fault.
Ducks. Ducks.
Okay.
Ducks splooshed all over you guys. He splooshed from the pond, duck pond, and it went sploosh and it went everywhere.
Okay.
The
So
people's burb.
water break. Water break.
Okay.
All I have is my paint water.
Don't drink that.
I'm gonna go
Do
get some
not
water.
drink.
Okay.
I've got my tea here, guys. I'm drinking some
Okay. While
tea.
it looks like my stream right now is being broadcast through a potato, I kind of hate that because I'm trying to show off the model that I'm going to paint tonight, or at least one of them. I've got 4 of them printed out here. This is what Forge Master has on his Frontiers campaign on my mini factory right now, and
Oh, that's cool.
these are Wheel of Time inspired minis. Ah, there it came through, cleared up. Uh, these are Aiel inspired minis if you're familiar with the Wheel of Time, and there is
The kick-ass desert gals.
kick-ass desert folk. Very inspired. Very inspired. Don't ask any more questions. There is a Rand inspired mini that goes along with the set. And
Sure.
you can get the whole set right now on Frontier if you have a 3D printer and if you're interested. But I'm going to be going through this a fair bit right now. So I have some more in the work here that I've already painted. But let's keep going. And like I said, oh yes, as he's saying, the main cast of the boys from the village are in there if they're unlocked over time with the milestones. So I'm hoping it gets somewhere. I'd like to get those other 2 minis. But
Is that better, Nora? Let me know.
what'd you do?
I turned my mic down a little bit because apparently I was blowing everyone's ears out and you guys are a little low.
Well, I have the microphone 3 inches from my face. I can't do a lot better. I could turn you down and I'm not gonna worry about it.
I am back after having not left at all with water, not paint water, regular water, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen.
You're drinking dihydrous oxide. Oh,
It's dangerous, I know. As a matter of fact, it's the leading cause of drowning.
I'm not going to answer that question, Jack and Athria. Okay, so this was a test piece I did for the Aiel. Don't look into the fact that this may or may not be an Imperial Inquisitor of some nature in completely the wrong colors. but they had kind of the similar characteristics, so they were a good test piece. Also, it's a very dark picture for some
White
reason.
Rook's here too, guys.
Oh, hi, Rook. Oh,
Should
man.
we probably shouldn't tell White Rook that I'm painting. Never mind.
I mean, let's not ask any question. Anyway,
You started the sentence, though.
this is another piece I'm working on right now. This is a whip. This is a White Werewolf Tavern piece that I've had sitting on my desk for a while. As I was working on Wheel of Time pieces, this one, for some reason, struck me as very, for those of you that know, you know, very Lanfear-esque with the colors I was going for, although not Lanfear-esque dressed. Very, very gray
Oh,
and dull
yeah.
dressed. Very gray and dull dressed. But this piece is still a work in progress. I feel like I need to even out some of the transitions on the skin a bit more. And I'm debating on whether or not I keep the fabric on this whitish, or Carr thought I should go for a purple on this. I don't know.
Would Gandalf's grandmother be Grandolph? Grandmolf?
I have to think
Never
about
mind, don't
that.
worry about it.
Grand Moff is somebody else.
I think.
Never mind. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I mean, she would have to come from the old country, so I think she would be Grandma Mithrandir.
Grand Moff. Okay, Forge Master did drop the Frontier link, so
Okay,
pick it up if you want
apparently
it.
all of my photos tonight were just really dark. This next one is very much a legitimate Leagues of Votan model. No one look into that in any way whatsoever. This is I fell in love with these paints that I got from Monument Hobbies last week, and they just making almost white so good. This bright neutral gray is the name of the color, and it's just perfect for this. You just do it, and you put a wash over it,
It's
and then you
great
come
for
back
like
through.
gunmetal and such.
I mean, like even on like the armor on this, that's what I was
Mhm.
using. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Grand Officer not appearing in this film,
And
or lady not appearing in this film if it's the grandma.
this is another Saurian star host. God, I really gotta get more light on this. I don't know what was going on tonight.
It's that deep purple. That deep purple is really hard to.
You know, I feel like I need to. Man, when Warlax gets back, he's gonna give me such shit for saying this, but I need a real light box.
No.
Yeah, I know, right?
Um.
Anyway, Saurian star
So
host.
what Wookie did for a light box is he put one together with plywood, and then he, you know.
Well, I could always go with YouTube's The Craftsman way of doing it and just use a small, very cheap, very thin plastic, what was it, trash can that you can buy at Walmart for like $4 and put the minis inside of that and then light the shit out of it from the outside. And then that apparently does the job pretty well. But we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. What else do I have? Oh, this is what we did on stream last week. White Rook, this ended up being, I think you were here. This is Mega Man inspired Crusader, or as Rook liked to refer to it, I cast Fireball Crusader.
That makes them Buster Cannons, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. The Buster Cannons that are 2 LRM-15s and 2 medium lasers. You know.
Much blue.
Which, for those of you at home that have not bought Rise of Racelhig, that came out from MechWarrior 5 yesterday, the Crusader's in there, and that's a lot of missiles. Like, that's so many missiles.
As a Lyran, you can never have too many missiles. There's no such thing.
It's true. It's true. As a
You say Lyran? I've always said Lyran, but whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
As a Free Worlds League person, I can say whatever the hell I want to as long as I do it with a large laser.
Fair.
Oh, Rook,
I'm a dirty clanner, so there you go.
This one's for you, Rook. I wish my bit stream would pick up a little bit so this would actually come through clearly. Rook, I'm going to let you explain this in chat a little bit, but this was his Solaris Crusader. And yes, Forge Master, Wolverine color scheme, because this particular Solaris Crusader has claws on it. And Rook went ahead and made it so he was doing a very Wolverine snicked kind of pose on it. And like, I couldn't not do this color scheme. Like, I'm not happy with the yellow yet, but like the idea is here and it's kind of great. Snicked, boys. Snicked cookie.
Snicked, right?
Okay.
Now you got to do a Nightcrawler themed something. Well, you do. You've done a lot of blue and black though,
It's
so.
true. This is another mini I'm going to be working on next week. I wanted to show this off a little bit here, where this is from. Let me actually get the name of it. I was sent this. This is for a Kickstarter that's coming up soon. That's a recent work. What is this one for? This is for the World of Tytra Kickstarter that's coming up from Ether and Alchemy Minis, and I'm looking forward to painting this. It's a very it's a very steampunkish D&D 5e setting, so I'm looking forward to painting it. I'm going to paint it on stream next week. So yes, Tex with a pimp cane. He's even got a robotic arm. Even got a robotic arm. It's perfect. So I think that's everything I had.
So you say steampunk steampunk D&D, and both Wookie and I go Discworld.
More steampunky than that.
Discworld is pretty steampunk.
I mean, parts of it. I mean, they did have trains there toward the end of the series.
Sorry about coughing in your ear, guys.
How dare you? Okay, so here's one of those minis that I didn't have in the opening that I kind of wish I had. Okay, this is a bannerman for the Desert Spears that totally has a dragon on this banner, and I'm gonna enjoy painting that. I've got 4 of these.
Oh
printed
wow!
out. These are printed at 150% scale so that y'all can see it while I paint it. But yeah, these things are really nicely detailed, really well made, and I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of painting them. And apparently, I didn't get all of my photos in there, where I did like literally a dozen of these as a speed paint over the weekend. Oh Lord! But I know I posted on my Instagram. By the way,
Also,
guys, if you wanted to, you could follow my Instagram, and you would see a lot of this stuff as I was doing it. Here we go. I will just drop this one into the chat. There we go.
if you check the Discord, I put a picture in there. Don't look at the awesome itself, but the light box. If you think that looked good, I'll tell you how I did it. It's super easy.
Let's see. How do things work? Ah, okay.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
And there's a photograph from Squick of Floorburb. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Squick.
He wanted folks to see Flurburb, but you know.
You know, sometimes serpents have legs. It's kind of weird. Anyway, like I said, I've got 4 of these printed. We have some Desert Maidens, perhaps of the spear. We have some archers, some perhaps Algai de Siswai, some people of the dragon, and we have what may or may not be a chief of a clan. So,
Of some variety or
of
other.
some variety of some kind of clan. Clan Red Serpent. We're not going to go with that. We're not going with Clan Crimson Serpent. Although the more I say it out loud, the more I like it. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you all through the process here of what I usually do just to speed paint something like this, because These things, because the organic shapes and all the crevices and that kind of stuff on this lend themselves fantastically to speed painting. So I'm going to go through that process, and most of this is going to be Army Painter speed paints. There are going to be a couple of other things in this. What? Okay.
Noob says paint it pink.
No, at least not the first one. Like I said, I have 4. Maybe we can do one of them in pink, because I did in fact get some nice pinks from Pro Acryl. Okay, so let's start with the maiden. Let's start with the maiden, since I had that in the opening. So if you look at the frontier on this, you'll see that there are 2 different tiers of maidens and 3 different tiers of dude soldiers. And like, I mean, I just love them all. Like, for those of you that are watching this and wondering why is he gushing so much about this, Wheel of Time is probably my favorite book series.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not far behind you.
When Hal gets here, Hal is even further into it than I am. Like, he and I can talk about this for entirely too long. But I've probably been through the series, either having read it or listened to it on audiobooks a half dozen times in full.
Wookiee's the same way. Wookiee's the same way.
Considering how many fucking books there are, yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. Which it strikes me.
And Wookiee, maybe they live near us, possibly so, considering we live in the desert.
The visually
The Aiel.
similar to but legally distinct from Aiel are in New Mexico.
Maybe.
The Irish tribe of desert warriors.
Maybe. Who knows?
Could be. Irish tribe desert warriors. Who knows? Oh, Jack, we're a podcast? I didn't know we were a podcast. Cookie, are we a podcast?
We're streamed, but it's yeah.
Okay, we're a podcast now, guys.
It's something similar.
The visual component is incidental. Like, I mean, to be honest, like, I'm pretty sure most of you are here on a weekly basis just to see what kind of crazy shit happens, what the hell Ducks and or Squick can say to make the situation as weird as fucking possible. So it might as well be a podcast in a lot of ways.
Well, but you paint, and I think that's important. So
I do paint. I do paint. It's the one thing that happens. It's the one thing I can guarantee happens every week is paint will go on something.
It might be your fingers.
I mean, it's definitely going to be my fingers. It's for those of you that are wondering, I'm putting down Xandri dust right now over the whole thing on this, because everything on these models, if I'm going to be accurate to the description of the characters here, they are very earth tone. They are dressed to blend into the environment. They are very, very much an irregular light infantry force that relies largely on mobility. So being able to blend into their environment would be very important to them. So everything is earth tone and, desert folk. So dust, I guess. Okay, Dux, you said you're not far behind me on this. Do you have a favorite one of the primary characters? Oh, God, he's gone. Dux died. I don't know, Cookie, are you still here? Am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay. Have you read it?
I'll have to tell you, I've read some of them. I haven't read them all. And the ones I have, I kind of like some of the I like the wisdom, and I like some of the Aes Sedai.
Okay. You didn't get far enough into the books yet to really hate Egwene yet, so.
I mean, I got far enough in to know that she's gonna be doing some stuff that I may not agree with, but I can kind of understand her motivations.
Oh yeah, her motivations make total sense. She's just kind of a bitch about it.
Oh, easily.
This is one of those things that there's a shit posting subreddit for this book series. It's Wetlander humor on Reddit, and between the Wheel of Time sub and the Wetlander humor sub, it's kind of one of
Oh,
the
still.
givens. What?
Okay, is that here? Sorry. I'll move my mic away from my face a bit.
Forge Master, if you're at the part of the book where you don't like Egwene, there's a good chance you're not going to get over that. Okay, if you can hear Cookie that much louder than me, I'm going to turn my input up. There. Now I should be louder than Cookie. Maybe I can turn it up even a little bit more. Is that? Okay, that's good. You guys just got to hear me go. Oh, confused is loud. Do 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 do. Mad Ducks, did you get lost? Oh dear. Everyone's gone. It's just me now. Here, alone with my thoughts.
No, I'm here.
Oh, Cookie's here. Cookie, did you have any children give you like the side eye or anything this week, like you did last week?
Oh lordy. Not quite as bad, but um but yeah, there was some that same little boy, I just backtalk. And it's not usually I'm I realize that's one of my buttons, right? So I'm working on like dealing with it more appropriately, but when you tell a kid to do something, they say, but I'm," and I'm like, no.
Everyone has a breaking point.
Hey, Ducks is back. I was afraid he got
Sorry.
lost.
There were technical difficulties, some of which with my left eye, no working.
That's
It happens. Don't worry about it.
that's not a good thing.
No. It halfway works. It's fine.
I'm feeling like that's less than ideal.
Ideal?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh God, he just dad joked me. Oh, he trumped me.
Stick around. There'll be more.
Well, Hal will eventually be here, and then we're just fucking sunk on that front. My brother doesn't know how to make jokes that aren't just dad jokes anymore. Puns and dad jokes.
The thing about a dad joke is that the punchline is usually apparent.
God, I'm mad at you right now.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
And yet, you're
I
impressed.
asked you to be here. This happens so much. Why do I keep asking people that do this to me back? I guess it's because it makes Night Owl throw money at the screen. I don't really know.
It's the same reason that that we're all here. Is because we like you and you like us.
I mean, nobody ever said anything for taste.
No, taste optional.
What does it taste like?
Yes.
No, tastes like everything.
If you want to kill him on stream, we have about 60 witnesses that can say he
Shut up.
deserved it.
I mean, it's a long drive from location redacted to location redacted to make that happen.
If you drove all the way over here, though, there would be burgers waiting for you,
Yeah.
or sausage, or
burgers.
gumbo.
You know, I don't think I've had a good gumbo in a while. I think I'd settle for like a gumbo or like a shrimp boil. Is that more a South Carolina thing?
That's it everywhere. Doesn't everybody boil shrimp or crabs or crawfish?
No,
Everybody boils crawfish.
like a full on boil.
We boil crawfish out here too.
No, I mean like a full on shrimp boil with like everything in the pot.
Well, we start with crab boil and corn on the cob broken in
Uh-huh.
pieces and red potatoes. And if you're really fortunate and like your blood pressure, but not your breath, lots and lots of garlic.
I'm on board now.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
I'm
the
gonna
only way
have
to
to.
do it.
I guess I'm gonna
You know
have
how
to drive to location in the south and fight you or something, so that we can
you
get.
know how there are families with certain like that if because their families have passed down like really high capsaicin in milk and such and all the that their kids can eat all kinds of spicy food right away.
Sure.
That's my family with garlic.
I don't think I've ever encountered something where I bit into it and said, that's too much garlic.
Hey, the only time I've had that happen was when I ate too much and it gave me a stomach ache, it but
That would
that's
have
a
taken a lot of
lot.
garlic.
Yes, it was a lot of garlic. Okay, so now we backed you, Frontier.
I I have a question.
I have an
Ye
answer. Let's see if they match.
or
Okay,
Forge
so
Master, we backed
run with me on this. This is a very normal question.
Normal
Very
question.
normal. Very normal question. Just
Very,
saying.
guys, you
Do
heard it here first. It's a very normal question.
It's
very
not just
normal
a normal
question.
question, it's very normal, which is
Very.
always
Do you
3
suppose that
red
it is
lights for me.
possible that vampires convinced people that they were allergic to garlic so that their dinner would season itself?
I'm not going to rule it out. Um, I've seen the Blade movies.
See? Very normal question.
Okay,
I've played a
that
lot of
actually was a
Castlevania.
fairly normal one.
Played a lot of Castlevania. I've watched a lot of vampire movies. Yes, this is a normal question. For once, Mad Duck asked a reasonable question.
Uh, uh, Morgana is Danish. Does that mean they've gained resistance to rotten fish?
I mean,
Resistance.
sure. I mean, as long as I don't have to gain resistance to it, I don't want it.
An outline of garlic powder on the table. Been there, done that. Oh, grilled cheese with herb garlic butter. Oh my gosh. Well, I gotta tell you what Owl cooked us for supper tonight.
What was it?
He cooked us ham,
Ham. Ham is good.
hot German potato salad, red cabbage,
Okay.
and and Brussels sprouts that had been baked and coated in oil and baked.
Excellent.
Oh, so
Nicely
good.
roasted. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have been wondering about Brussels sprouts for years. Did they suck when we were kids, or were they just prepared wrong? I'm not even
I
sure.
suspect it was mostly column B with a little column A.
I mean, it could,
Um
yeah, it could go either way on
it
that.
I don't like them boiled, and that's usually what my family did because that's what they liked. But I don't mind this, especially, and I know it sounds weird, but like I've found some of my
This is
veggies
the
I
thing
like
that's going to sound weird.
to be like sautéed or roasted and then add some red pepper on top.
No, that is not weird in the slightest. That is very normal. Okay, guys, just so I can cover what I've done there. The whole thing got a coat of Xandri dust, and then I have just dry brushed some white over it to set up some
Oh, that's
highlights.
great. Yeah.
So when I come back through with the speed paints, it's already going to have a boost on the highlights here. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
that's fair. 97 C Web. That's fair. Oh,
Parallel.
really? They were bred to suck less? Okay. All right.
Like I said, I wasn't sure if it was A or B,
Yeah.
and
Oh, these aren't using speed points yet, says Forge Master.
they're not
Hey,
yet.
Parallax.
They're not yet. So far, this has been Citadel Xandri dust, and the white here is a heavy-bodied artist acrylic. You could use whatever white acrylic paint you wanted to. It's just the higher quality you use, the less chalk it's going to be on the bottle. Yes.
If you could spare 5-10 seconds, tab over, look at the chat, and tell me which of those two, cold gray or ghost gray, for layer 2.
Cold gray or ghost gray for layer 2. Okay, remind me what you're working on. And okay. Start cold gray and then use your ghost gray as your white.
So that'll be the third layer, and
Yeah.
then finally back to the okay.
Yeah. So Dux right now is working on some Comstar-esque urban mechs. So
I'm making
Forge
a
Master,
mandala.
you don't need a dry brushing brush. Right now, this is not a paintbrush of any nature. This is a makeup brush. I bought a pack of these off of Amazon. I have no doubt you could find them locally. I can get them at the dollar store here. Uh, they come in like packs of a dozen for under $10. It's a soft brush. It's domed. It's great for dry brushing, and it's super cheap. You don't need expensive dry brushes. Now, regular brushes, these are expensive regular brushes. I do have a few of these. I'm not going to lie about that. I don't use them on everything, but I do have them. They have very specific uses.
Dinosaurs.
What?
The dinosaurs. I'm frustrated. I think we might have a hi, Housecar.
Oh, is he finally here?
This is your fault.
I'm sure it is.
Those damn aliens that you taught
Hey!
about
Hey!
pizzas and tacos kidnapped me and dubbed me Brother of the Warbringer. Give us guidance. So you know what I did? You want to know what I did?
Did you teach him to make
About
meatloaf?
pizza?
I taught them about burgers and reignited the war anew so they'd leave me alone.
That's not going to make him leave you alone. You're just going to
Bert?
be... You've just introduced burgerism. We know how this goes, thanks to Mad Ducks.
Not my fault.
I know, but it's where the idea came from.
This is why I didn't...
Not my fault.
This is why I did not teach them to make burgers. I know what happens when you found a religion based on burgers. It very rarely goes well.
Again, not my fault.
I'm
And
pretty sure this one we can pin on you rather directly.
Yeah, Grimos, it doesn't work if you say your own name. That's not how it works.
Oh God, what has he done?
No.
They're doing
Hello,
the
Macy.
greeting tradition again, and Grimos is doing his own name.
He just wants to be
Cheryl!
involved.
Cheryl, keep screaming your own name. Sorry, Archer.
So,
Relax.
are we doing Wheel of Time talk?
We are doing some Wheel of Time talk, where I was asking Mad Ducks Mad Ducks, have you read all of it? Cookie's read some of it.
I've not read the last 2 books.
Well, you need to do that. Hal, Forge Master Studios, that's in chat with us right now, is responsible for these models.
These models are excellent. I have a question.
I have an answer.
Are these Tardad or Goshin?
They are legally distinct but visually similar.
Oh, so that would make them the
They are the
Crimson Bucklers.
No,
and
they are in fact the Crimson Targes and the Rock Hounds.
Rock Hounds. Okay.
And the Pike Maidens.
Generic desert people that happen to carry spears and veil themselves when they kill. And hornbow.
Also very fanatic about water consumption.
This is true. And
look,
100%.
they could be oddly close Fremen for all you know, right?
They could be. They're fantasy Fremen. I'm willing to accept fantasy Fremen.
They put sticks on their daggers, though.
Let's see.
But like, for Fremen at home, okay?
So the question I have here.
I have many answers to many things.
Favorite minor Wheel of Time character?
Ooh. I don't know how much of chat is... Oh, God, now we got Voxel Forge. I've got 3 of the people I'm following on Patreon in here right now. This is getting nuts.
Hot dang.
So I know White Rook is in here. Yeah.
Forge, drop your...
Voxel's here now.
Voxel, throw your Insta down. Rook, throw your Insta down. Let's see it. Let's let the good folks at home see the stuff you're doing.
Yep.
Also, my throat is not in the best shape, but persevere.
It's a Legion tradition.
I am only half a grown up tonight.
Oh, I'm a grown up. It's just my throat is wrecked.
I am 54.5% grown.
Oh shit! He added 0.5%. Cookie, you should
Wow.
feel honored. He's
I know.
I do.
trying.
I feel very
I don't think I was
There you go.
talking to
There's
you.
Forge Master Studios in the
All right.
chat. Click on it and go see.
Night Owl. You read all the books up until
Until
RJ died, and you didn't care much for Sanderson. That's okay. I can read some sections and look at them and go, "This is Brando Sando right here." But Jordan's stuff is still scattered through them.
and also Brandon was very upfront about the fact that he wasn't going to try to ape Jordan's writing style, and he didn't.
He didn't.
Okay.
He finished the story. That's the
Yeah.
important part.
So I have to say 2 things about authors dying and other people taking up their work. I can understand Pratchett's approach.
Don't.
I get frustrated by it, but I understand it because
Well, have you seen
2
what's
words.
happened when people have
One
tried?
author. I'll tell you why. One author. Todd McCaffrey.
I'm gonna need context.
Pern. Dragons of Pern.
Yeah.
What he did to Pern. Yeah.
Well, what I would say to that is,
Frank Herbert. Exactly. Frank Herbert. Brian
uh,
Herbert.
Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson have done terrible things.
Kevin J. Anderson always does terrible things.
I like Kevin J. Anderson. Some of his. I like some of it. Okay.
I finished a Kevin J. Anderson Star Wars book once, and I threw the book.
Wait. Hal, I don't think that was an Anderson book.
Oh no, that was Crystal Star. That was the one that I threw.
So
And
far was
basically,
weird.
I threw it. I ranted to myself about how mad I was that I had wasted time reading it and I would never get it back. Instead, Kevin J. Anderson stuff I read, and then I was disappointed with myself for reading it.
Now, Carr,
See, I liked it.
Oh, okay. My lovely wife is still here in chat, bringing up Waru from that book. Lovely wife mine, which of the Bantam Spectra era Star Wars books did you start, get completely disgusted with, and then, despite the nature of your... Okay, real quick, Biz Monkey, that wasn't Kevin J. Anderson. That was Michael Stackpole and Aaron Alston.
I liked those books.
I did too. Darkness, that's right. Troy Denning wrote the Darkness trilogy, and she took that book, and my wife is a book dragon. Like, she hoards books. She took it and she threw it in the trash, which there were options there. She could have taken it to the used bookstore. She could have done any of a number of things.
She made the right.
Yeah, I mean, I never read those. I was out of it. That was post Bantam Spectra, but yeah.
I have to answer the law.
The law.
Who said that the Jedi Academy in chat that said the Jedi Academy trilogy was okay? Law, buddy.
It was.
Listen.
Oh, hey! Before you jump on him, it was okay when you were 13.
Listen. Okay, so my thing is though, I liked the I liked the Star Wars books until Salvatore got involved.
Let's see. That's when they switched publishers. That's
Yeah.
when they went to Del Rey.
Yeah. When Salvatore got involved, I was like, yeah, no, we're done.
And
But
that was
the use
not
on
Salvatore's
to be fair,
fault.
the use on Vong were weird.
This is a touchy subject. This is like getting.
I didn't read those. I didn't want to read those. I walked away and I was happier.
This is like getting into post 3065 BattleTech range right here. This is dangerous.
All right, so Wheel of for those of you that have not finished the series, I strongly encourage you to do so because you may not care much for Brando Sando's way of doing it, but let me tell you something. The Last Battle, there is a chapter in the Memory of Light called The Last Battle. That chapter is longer than many books you have read.
Hal, you understand that to many people, that is not a selling point.
But let me finish. Can I finish? Can I
Not if you're gonna dig up some tremendously old impressions of impressions.
So it is astoundingly epic. The last battle in A Memory of Light is in scale and in everything that's going on. It is epic. Just everything that you were thinking about. It's like we're doing the last battle, and it's like, can they possibly live up to it? Even if you don't love everything in it, it is epic in a way that satisfied my my pattern
You were
accursed
not
heart.
disappointed with the ending.
Oh no, I really wasn't.
There
Well,
you go.
so Robert Jordan at a book signing I went to said he had the last scene of the last book written. He had that ready to go. And so we got what we got. And if you've read it and you want to discuss questions about it and stuff like that, you know, hit by my stream sometime or however we'll get in touch and we'll go about it that way. But no, I got an ending I was very happy with.
Okay,
I
so
smiled, I cried, I appreciated all that good stuff.
so the second thing I was gonna say about people dying and taking over their books is the only person that I have appreciated the way they've done it has been Anne Hillerman. At least I did until the last book she wrote. But Anne Hillerman didn't try to be her father.
Mm-hmm.
Her father was Tony Hillerman, who wrote the Navajo detective series, which if you've not read those, they're really, really good. Anyway, um, she pulled back, she grabbed another character and started working with that character on a side arc, almost like an Ender's Game versus Ender's Shadow kind of thing. So it's in the same verse and it's the same folks, and yes, the things have happened, but it's
Switch to a
a
different
better
point of
take.
view.
Yeah, a different take. So and she took a different, like, focus more on the character building and some of that than her dad did. So I don't know.
So it's funny that books should be coming up tonight. We were at a place called um, more than of books more than a dozen, and we were starting to replace books that we lost, and we started thinking about it. We lost like 1,000 books.
Lordy, I'm sorry.
No. So we're starting. We found some today. We're really excited. It was great. What I want to find, though, and it's going to be really hard to find, unfortunately, is the Pawn of Prophecy, the Belgariad and the Malorian. They're both five book sets by David Eddings and his wife Leah Eddings. It starts with Pawn of Prophecy, and I intend to find those. That's what I want to find.
I feel
You
like
know,
the
I read the
Belgariad should
first
not be that hard
couple
to
of the Belgariad.
find.
I read the first couple of the
I don't-
Belgariad.
Is it still in print?
Even
There,
if
it
it's
was
not.
printed a lot.
Even if it's not, like checking a half-price bookstore or thriftbooks.com, I feel like you should come up with something that way. What?
Car says, "Damn it! I used to have copies of most of those."
Now,
Okay.
here, let me give you an oddball recommendation.
No, now it's time to hush because I'm going to talk about painting. So what I've done
Have you ever
here,
done that here?
I mean, occasionally. So I started out, as I said, with the Xandri Dust basic Citadel paint. You could also use Vallejo has one that they call khaki. It's perfect, same thing. I started out with a layer of that, then I dry brushed the white over it for the accents. I have now moved over to speed paints. So far, I have used hardened leather and pallid bone on these. There's going to be a lot of earth tones on this. This might seem a little one note. I will do what I can to bring interest back into it, but yeah.
I like it. I think the darkness is bringing the dark versus the
Well, I'm going to add
light.
even a
It's
little
gonna-
bit more dark here now with the dark wood, which is darker brown. So
Okay, so Pistol one got that book set already just recently. Wookie says try Koa's, which is a bookstore in Las Cruces, New Mexico, that is huge and does ship. So anyway,
I will check. Thank you.
All right, so let me give you a book recommendation if you are not aware of it, and if you are, then I guess I'm telling you. Brian Daley, guy who wrote Tron, wrote a book called The Doomfarers of Coromand, and it is hard to find. Or it was kind of a side hobby of mine of trying to find it at used bookstores, and it was difficult. It contains a sequence, and this is not spoiling much, but it contains a sequence wherein these folks are worried about a dragon, and there's this guy, this professor who has dimensionally traveled to them, and he's trying to describe a tank to them. And they summon an APC of army guys from Vietnam to fight a dragon.
dude, that might be
My
interesting.
my money's on the army guys.
as it turns out, you might be onto something.
It is it is a great fight. You look at it and you're like, oh man, they're gonna have to do all this stuff. Just if you can find that book, you will have a good time.
Another series of books that that Wookie has read that I'm not really interested in because it's not my thing, but he likes a lot is Taylor Anderson's Destroyment series. It's what happens if some a World War II destroyer gets sucked into an alternate reality where there's lizard men and fuzzy creature, like sort of, anyway. But it's really cool, and he likes it. It's not my thing, but if you like World War II destroyer goes into alternate reality, you may like it.
If you like the Philadelphia experiment, you may like this.
Is that what that was?
What?
I thought it was the final countdown.
Mara Brennan's A Natural History of
Do-do-do-do.
Dragons. Ooh.
The final countdown was, in fact, about the Philadelphia experiment. Yes.
Do-do-do-do-do.
You know what's funny? Journey hates that song. For
They
you to
hate it?
license, yeah, they hate it. For you to license it, they demand a cost. They demand a price of $1 million per play or something like that.
Jeez.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Which reminds me of that. Wait, that's not Journey. That's Europe.
Oh, sorry, Europe. You're right. I don't know why I said Journey instead of Europe.
And that puts that Geico commercial into a very strange kind of position.
It might have had someone doing a cover instead. I don't know.
Like
But
that one, even like the joke in it is, if you're Europe, you count down to things.
wow. Okay.
So. Doop, boop, 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 boo.
Other series that I liked that I only read once and I probably want to read again is Elizabeth Moon's Hunter series. Hunting Lodge series. I liked it. It was space, army, space, that kind of stuff, and interesting. You know, it's sort of semi-nobles and yeah.
I think I've got Lovely Wife here in your. Yes, I've got Lovely Wife in here yet. Lois McMaster Buchholz. Cookie, from what you're describing, you might like those.
Okay.
Her books. Carr can say more about that than I can. Personally, if we're going to talk about book series that we really like and recommend, I'm going to put this out there. I'm not going to tell you that these are for everybody, okay? Because they are challenging books. But Dan Simmons' Hyperion series.
Very good book.
They are very good.
I read them in high school, and they pushed me to learn more in order to appreciate the books. Like, they will kick your ass with the references. and the
They are
inspirations and that kind of thing. And
hard to read, but worth the effort.
Okay.
Water,
water break.
All right.
Hell,
Water break.
Hell hydrate.
Now that
We
said,
can't have a conversation about good book series without mentioning Butcher.
I'm still mad at Butcher
NPC,
for
you
those
asked
last
challenging
books.
how. References to Canterbury Tale.
It's not references necessarily, but it kind of expects you to have a base level knowledge of certain things to really appreciate all of it. And Keats, it's not nearly as difficult as the second series that he did. That was Ilium and Olympus. Depends on you knowing a lot about the Homeric epics, Shakespeare, especially The Tempest, and a number of other things like Proust and The Nature of Memory and this kind of stuff. Like when Dan Simmons writes a book, he's not writing the lowest common denominator. He is writing high concept shit.
He's saying if you don't get my book, you need to up your game.
Right, get good.
Dan Simmons, get good.
Right.
It's the foreword of the book. It's the whole thing.
Get good at read.
Yeah. Car, I have not read the last one yet because I'm very nervous about that. So I read Battlegrounds, but I have not yet read, or Peace Talks, but I have not yet read Battlegrounds because.
Yeah, it's a sore point in my household.
But I will say Codex Alera is awesome as written all the way through.
I read the first Codex Alera and it just not grabbed me.
Okay, let's take a beat here for a minute. And Ducks, what about you? Like, this is not representative of the stream normally. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, usually we're much dumber than this.
Yeah, well, we have Squick's help, and he has a tendency to intensify the dumb.
This is true.
Not that he's dumb, but he intensifies the dumb. We love you, Squick.
Anyway, what question have?
Book you read more.
Lately I'm
book
good. I read actually I went to Fortress Miniatures and they have out of print novels for sale, secondhand or third or however many hands. And I picked up the entire Twilight of the Clans 7-book set for very, very cheap. So that is current book good read.
Okay. I read a lot of the early BattleTech books that people always recommend first when you get into them. And like Decision at Thunder Rift and the Grey Death Legion ones are very young adult novels. Hi, Digi.
I did.
Hello.
They're very YA novels. The Warrior series by Stackpole, those hold up okay. But the Grey Death Legion ones.
Again, I like all these things, but yeah.
Okay, let me put it like this, Cookie. Is my characterization unfair?
Dear, it's been years since I've read them.
Okay. She just dared me. I'm going to leave probably.
That's how you know you messed up.
Let me tell you something, hun.
It's been years.
Actual years. The thing that has hit me about several BattleTech things I've tried to read, and the problem is that I haven't gone and picked up books. I'll admit that I haven't gone and picked up books for it.
They're I even started hard trying to find physically.
I even started trying to write something about it, and I came to the conclusion maybe I don't know about how this stuff is written well enough to actually do it. But what bothers me is that there are many of them that they do what seems to me, maybe this isn't fair, but it seems to me to be kind of a novice mistake, but it's like okay, here's your opening. Now I'm describing everything about this person right here at the beginning. And I'm like, dude, that does not feel natural in the slightest.
See,
The,
without you saying which ones you've read, I can't respond to that because a lot of the early
Well,
ones. When
that
I
gets a
talk
lot better.
when I talk about the Warrior series, the all those are Stackpole books. They were Stackpole's first published novels. So yeah,
okay.
they come across that way. But
Well,
I think he's gonna stick with it. Stackpole probably wrote more than just
you
those
you
first
think
3 novels.
he's gonna make it in this whole writing thing?
I think he's gonna keep writing after those first 3 novels. I think he'll keep going.
I think so.
oh, that's good to hear.
Oh,
He gets some interesting ideas if you read some of his not right for hire stuff. He's got some alternate history things that are based like fantasy American Revolution era with magic and yeah, I mean it gets wacky. Like I don't even know how to go into it any more than that. Just man, it is a trip.
Just to clarify what I meant, if I open and the beginning of your book is here's this person, he has this kind of hair and is wearing this kind of clothes and has these kind of eyes and speaks with this kind of voice. Here's this other person who's wearing this kind of has this kind of hair and wearing this kind of clothes. And I am
Why
like,
does it
nope,
sound like
nope,
you're
nope,
talking
nope.
like this character is Dusty Rhodes?
He got excited.
Let me tell you
I had a
something, but
cadence going, but
And your brother ruined it, as he's
yeah,
supposed to.
yeah, pretty much. So I was reading this book, Daddy, and I gotta tell you, when you do all the description of
Next.
the physical characteristics at the beginning, you do all that at the beginning.
Next.
You do all that at the beginning, yeah, and the problem is that it makes
That
it
one will do.
seem like you don't have. I can't do it for very long.
yeah, let me tell you
You
something
don't
about the way you have to
have
do that. When you write
much
a
to
book,
actually
when
any characterization.
when you write a
Yes,
book like that,
Fazbear, it sounds like that.
when
So
you
I'm
write no no
describing
no
my
when you write a
D&D
book like
character,
that, you
yeah.
have to find the best way to do it, and the best way to do it is always when you do it long enough. You
well,
find the cream of the crop rises to the top, and brother, I am that cream.
If you watch that promo, I think he went to catering and stole all of the cream off the table because he just keeps coming up with new little pots of cream and then throwing them away. And then he's got more. He goes through like 6.
okay. So the other thing is, and just to be aware that some of the early BattleTech stuff was kind of based on tabletop play. Some of it,
You will
and
find as the writing goes on, they get to realize that the most interesting part of the setting is not the big stompy robots fighting.
yeah.
So as I have read some of it, and I think it's like I think the book that I'm thinking of is Hunting Season, which is a late Dark Age book about the death of Jessica Merrick and Nicole Merrick raising coming into the governor generalship. And like that book has almost no mech fight in it. Almost nothing. And I think it's a better book for it. Okay. Again, back to the painting real quick. This is tabletop ready. Like I have done this model in 45 minutes or so. There's a few things here that need touch up that I've missed. But speed painting it, yeah, this is pretty well done. Like the metals could use a black wash over them, just to pull them back a little more and pick out their details. But and I could use a flesh wash over the face there and that kind of thing. But yeah, this is the kind of thing that speed paints are made for, and it's I am very happy with how this has turned out.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah.
The only thing that I am left wanting is a game that I can play the Aiel in.
I mean, if you were to play, what is it, Grimdark Battle, which is the one-page rules book, then the one-page rule stuff, you can use whatever minis you want.
Yes, but they're not gonna
You could
feel like you're playing the IEL.
I mean, you could probably find a faction where it does. There's a lot of I mean, there could be an elf faction.
They're, as I remember, they're shooty and then stand in line and stabby a lot. Yeah, maybe Frostgrave. I'd have to play Frostgrave, but
okay. Real quick,
there's not enough market for it. But a Wheel of Time minis game would make me very, very happy.
Make your own.
Be the change you want to see.
Don't do this to me, Ricky
Forge
Bobby.
Master. Okay, there you are. I was going to ask, are you still here? So, Forge Master, how do you feel like I've done with your minis? At least this one in particular. Get a little bit of flesh wash.
Forge Master says he feels a little bit out because he reads Harry Potter. Don't, dude. You're reading. That's the important thing.
None of us are going to give you hell for
teacher.
reading whatever you want to read. Like, Tex
That's
might.
Read what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Tex might give you hell, but, I mean, he's going to do that.
I mean, I'm going to give you a little bit of crap if on some stuff, but in the end, you read what you want to read.
Yeah. I won't tell you what I read all the time because, yeah.
Cookie's reading romance novels.
Yeah, sort of.
So's Carr. And again, I want to highlight something. I've said this on stream before. Lovely wife mine, who has a PhD in English literature, has accused me of being a book snob. So, like, I am not here to tell you what you should or should not like. I have my own opinions. They are mine. And do not judge yourself by my opinions, because I am very difficult to please.
There is nothing wrong with having books that you read that are just dumb fun in the same way that movies or TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
You can have dumb fun movies and TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Carr has reiterated that you are a book snob. You book snob.
Thank you.
So, you know, look, I can go on a semi-rehearsed rant about Kevin J. Anderson Star Wars stuff, but really, it's more that it's kind of funny to do.
I once wrote a 3-page teardown of Darksaber and how none of it made sense.
Well,
Darksaber doesn't make sense.
No, there's nothing in Darksaber that makes sense. But if you enjoyed it, you know what? Go for it.
And Forge Master, I'm glad you liked this one. I'm going to work on another one. I've still got half an hour of time left, so let's move. Where did you go?
Were there some varieties of Cadensor that had grays in them as well?
They started adapting the Cadensor to the wetlands later on in the series. Yes.
I don't remember them talking about having green in it,
but I do remember. Might have, but I'm not
I do remember something about rolling. Like some of them had gray. I remember. Hey Dot, if you really want an answer to that,
Darksaber was a Kevin J. Anderson book.
It is a Star Wars book you should not read.
Yes, like that's the long and the short of it. It's a Kevin J. Anderson book that affects nothing else, thank God. And
kills a character it really shouldn't.
They tried to build a very dangerous space cylinder.
Okay, so here was where I tore this thing down. My issue with the book on a conceptual level was Anderson thought, I'm going to write this book about a secret superweapon that's being built on a budget. And a Hutt got the plans to the Death Star and stripped out everything that wasn't the super laser. As though the super laser isn't the expensive part. And my analogy for how little sense this makes was, back following World War II, the U.S. Navy was looking at the development of a thing that they called mobile seaborne air bases. And they were literally barges that they could tow around the world and hook up together into full-sized Air Force bases anywhere in the world on the sea. And they would be huge. They'd be like 8 times the size of a supercarrier. And this book basically takes that concept and says, well, see, if we just do the supercarrier part, then it'll be affordable. Okay, so we can either have super base or we can have a Nimitz class aircraft carrier, because one of these is affordable.
Parallax.
Yes.
We have Death Star at home.
Here's the
You deserve that one?
I did.
here. Let me give you my answer on just on the base level. What's wrong with Darksaber? If you have this thing floating there, yes, it's dumb. If it's floating there, and you turn on the laser, it doesn't have the mass from the expulsion to keep the actual laser part of it from shooting backwards across space while you shot a laser forward.
This was even the better part of it was they went through all the trouble of building just the super laser of the Death Star, right? And then they tried to run it on a Commodore 64. That was why it didn't work, is because they were running it on a computer that wasn't up to the task. And it was just like, okay, we're going to run an Iowa-class battleship on a Commodore PET.
Oh, there's a B plot in that, too.
We're not getting into it. I don't want to talk any more about it.
It involves a Jedi Care Bear stare.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Done.
Remember
So
that one. I've read that book probably more than once.
I'm sorry.
But I don't remember the Jedi Care Bear stare. But
I don't think that's in Darksaber. But
it might be at the end of the Jedi Academy
it's at
trilogy.
the end of Jedi Academy, because they force push a Star Destroyer out of orbit.
that was Jedi Academy series.
Yeah.
It was more than that.
Well.
Yeah, and the poor dude, the green dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curl Docks. Damn it! Why do I remember this?
Number 42.
No.
No, 42.
Oh, okay.
Clone number 42.
Oh god.
Yeah, Dorsk 81 and the Sun Crusher.
God. Why do we remember this?
Someone put it in chat.
Oh, why?
They referenced it for me. They looked it up. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Sun Crusher was okay. If you've listened to the BPL podcast, I once heard Tex describe Matt Ward as, so there's this guy who's you've not heard of him before, but he's super great and he has a sword that can cut anything. It kills Chaos Demon. Sun Crusher is okay. So there's this thing that's smaller than a Death Star, but and it blows up suns, and is indestructible.
Okay, no.
And guys,
did we just get a verbal? We just got the verbal.
Nathan
Hold on,
Fillion.
just give me a second to words, because the problem I have, Hal, with what you just described, is that while you did your best to do your worst,
it wasn't bad enough.
It was nowhere near bad enough.
Thank you.
I was endeavoring for brevity.
But you could have. Oh God.
No, I want to hear Ducks go off on this now. Now I'm interested.
Okay, you know what?
I was ready to be done talking about bad Star Wars.
No. You tried to bait me last week with one of the ugliest mechs that you pushed my button last week. You know my weakness. That is the stupidest thing. Not even going on that one. Don't worry about it. Listen. All I'm saying is that they made a gigantic cone that goes towards a star at warp speed. And absolutely nothing goes wrong because it punches through the star, and somehow, despite the star being tens of thousands of times larger, it destroys the star by going through it really fast and not melting or being crushed because it's a star. But listen.
No, Mad Ducks, I
thought it had a torpedo it shot into.
Don't look at the screen, Mad Ducks. Don't look at the screen.
Dumbest, ugliest. Yes, it has a lot of armor. It's in front of the cockpit. It's right there. You can't eject. You know what happens to the ejector sheet? You go down behind the waist. That's right. It poops out the pilot when you panic. Yes, yes, I hate that thing. Yes, on paper, it's a great thing. Yes, it's well armored. Yes, it's versatile. Yes, it is an assault mech. Yes, it is a mech. It is not a bad mech on paper, but it was made by a 4-year-old that said, "Hey, look, this is a
Look,
bird,"
it
and
can poop!
squeezed the model too hard and said, "Oh, this'll do. Now it's a mech."
And also, hey, we're gonna include poop in there somewhere. Because that's what 4-year-olds do.
What if bird poop out the pilot? Yes.
So,
In Space Soviet Russia, but no.
Mech poop pilot. Yes. Is best
So
way
I
to get
did-
there.
love how we went from highbrow discussion about literature to mech poop pilot.
Mech poop pilot. Yes.
This is the quality content on the Numeric Workshop.
Hello. I am here to discuss the pooping of pilot. Is most high quality.
There are very few things in the BattleTech universe that I go, you know what? That is dumb. That's one of them. I am not sorry.
Oh God! Suddenly, I'm terrified someone's going to clip that.
Oh, sweet lord.
So
I
very
know what it was.
quickly, Forge Master, this is the show. This is what we do. This is very representative of the
This
show.
is not what we do yet.
No, this is absolutely the mildest, tamest.
Yes, but it's truer to the show than we've been otherwise.
So, I mean, if you want more of what the show is like, we can inject that at any point.
I don't know. We don't have Squick here. It's very hard to really get the full amplitude.
There's quote 87, and there's also random Amazon things.
Oh, it is 24 until 11 here in the Central Time Zone. You know what we haven't done, Cookie?
Squick or not.
We haven't played Squick or not.
All right, here we go. This is how this works. So this is how this works, boys. We will set up a poll, a prediction. Of the prediction, you will bet with your in-channel points, which are goob, and the two choices will be do it be Squick or do it not be not. Basically, we will pull up a random quote of which we have almost 550.
We have no quote.
There are some that are Squicks. There are some that are not.
There are many that are Squick.
Yeah. To be fair, getting a Squick quote is not it's not like an even percentage of anything. 588. Okay, excuse me. Okay, we're almost 600 quotes. Grimos, dude. And from last week we have, why is that pile of pumpkins trying to seduce someone? There you go, Wookie. Your pumpkins got mentioned. Anyway. So I will put up the prediction. Then after 2 minutes, I will type quote in chat. We'll pull up a random chat quote. If the quote is Squick, then the Squick folks win. If it's not, then the other folks win. Okay?
All right. Squick or not. It's time to play some games at Squick or not.
All right.
There's another feature, but it'll wait till after Squick or not.
There's another
2 minutes.
Who allowed another feature? I didn't approve features.
You never approved this feature.
Oh no. What have you done?
2 minutes starting now.
Nope.
Okay, so my current goal here, I'm not going to finish another model here tonight. I don't have enough time for that. However, what I do have time for is to work. Oh no, there's too much wet on this. Is to work on this banner, because this is a lovely detailed banner and it deserves some paint.
Okay. I was going to tell you, you asked about my students. I did have one interesting thing happen.
Okay.
I may have gotten them addicted to watching Chris Hadfield do space videos.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
I have got my, well, I shouldn't say I have. Cara's still in here. It's mostly her fault. Our kids will sit down, shut up, and pay attention to PBS Nova and get excited about it. Like,
Yeah.
Cara, what was it that happened the other night? I guess it was last weekend when you put on Nova. I'm assuming she's still in here. If she's not, I'll try to remember it. But starting to think she's not. But she put on Nova. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Thing 2 came running down the hall. Very
Shouting,
cool.
"It's Nova!"
Oh, that's so cool.
They love watching documentaries. It's
The only thing is,
terrifying.
the reason I thought of it, strangely enough, is because you mentioned poop. Because we've been talking about how you eat and drink and all that stuff and sleep in space, and so naturally it came up. How do you poop in space? We couldn't find that one, but you know, all the different things. Wookie says he used to watch Connections in the day the universe changed as a kid. I miss them. My things weren't TV. I had a childcraft series. They're talking books, old school childcraft kid informational books. I loved those things. I would pull them down off the shelf and read them for hours.
So I remember when I was young having books that were just, they were called just the most mundane things, like how things work. And
Yes!
you could tell it was a 90s book because the space shuttle was all over it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
have the new with the way things work with the little what is that thing? The little brown creature that
Yeah, the little
is
brown
in through
creature.
the whole thing.
Hey, Cookie,
Yes.
was it Squick or not?
Oh, is it
Oh
over?
shit.
Oh, I didn't.
It's over. My bad. Here we go.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't wager this time.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to type. Here we go. I'm going to type quote. It will come up. Then I will choose the outcome. Ready?
It's rigged.
Set. Go.
Ah, it's me. I don't remember what I said. That's last week. I don't remember what was said to me, but it was.
Fair.
But apparently it was bad.
No.
Oh man.
Well,
Grimos, what was said that made me react to that? Oh man.
That's kind of the fun because it's not
yeah, you don't want the context for it.
context for it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Quote 378, right? But for the other feature that was mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The other feature.
Allow me.
Other feature of what? I've lost track.
Another feature that appears on the show from time to time.
Oh, Squick or not?
No, the more different one.
No!
I wonder.
No! I will mute you.
An old cowboy
here he
went
goes.
riding out one dark and windy day.
Let's see. Where
Upon a ridge he rested.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's been How's It Car? Oh man. I wonder if I turn him back on if he'll still be going. See, I can't hear him at this point. Chat can't hear him at this point. I'm winning.
Draw.
Ah.
I love that song though.
Yippee!
Damn it.
Yippee-I-O.
Getting
Ghost Riders
Oh, I hate you.
in the sky. This has been another dramatic reading. Another dramatic reading brought to you by, I guess, the
By
Night Owl
bad
Foundation. I'm not really
taste.
sure.
I don't know. He hasn't thrown money at us in a little while. God.
What's cheating?
Okay,
What?
Parallax,
What? I am not painting anime girls.
if you check recent work.
Okay.
Oh, I probably should save this too and let you see this.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna save these. I'm gonna pick out this one with the MRMs.
Is White Rook still in here?
Oh my good Lord.
White Rook, doth ye still reside with us
Oh, God,
in yon chat?
He's still here, isn't he?
Aye!
Doing my Navi impersonation. Listen. I don't think that is bad for doing 6 at one time.
No, that is actually you've done a very good job on those.
Yes, you have.
Let me get
When
it
you're
pulled
blue
up.
and you don't know where to go, then why don't you go where fashion sits? Voxel Forge, that is one heck of a question.
What was the question?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Dress up like $1 million suitor, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper.
Oh, apparently I'm on Johnny Cash kick.
Someone stop him.
I hear the train a
Okay,
coming.
let's stop so I can. There, I got Mad Duck's excellent Irbies pulled up for everyone to see.
Here.
Super duper. That's Grimmo's fault, not mine. And there we go.
Real
That is
quick,
3 of them.
Voxel, Discord doesn't like that.
They don't.
Discord very much not like that.
Arachnish, this is only half of what I have painted tonight during stream.
The Urban Gentleman. We're
I like
here
that.
with class, poise, and munitions.
And a fine act.
This is between these 3 and the other 3 that I painted tonight. That is one half of Comstar's Ankle Biter company.
I like it.
It doesn't have to make sense.
Comstar.
Pay your bills.
Yep, that's going in the script.
May the blessings of Blake be upon you.
I like Bully Snake's The Urbanite mech. The Urbanite.
May the peace of Blake be with you. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
I need
bills.
I need to add some more to that.
Yeah, I need that fleshed out a little bit more. And then I can make it into an awful train wreck and someone can look at me and say, this could have been so much better. And I said,
Then why didn't you do it? You were so busy asking if you should do it, you weren't busy asking if you could.
oh no, I was knowing full well that it was a bad idea, but I was going to do it anyway.
No, he said that
Oh,
backwards,
no,
dude.
yeah, I said that backward on purpose.
Still going
He continues to make this 100-ton urban mech.
to... them's gains is what them is.
Gains! 100-ton urban mech. You mean
It's the B mod, the G mod. G mod urban.
Oh Lord, he coming. He saw that imp crest the hill, and he just went, hey, hey, hey.
Oh, Lordy.
It's always leg day for us.
I just want to point out that if somebody were to have an STL file of a 100-ton Irby or the Devasterby or whatever,
Yeah, dude, that is literally the imp.
well, okay, yes, maybe, no, kind of.
Very.
Visually,
Those are words.
no, visually, the evolution of the Urban Mech is Urban Mech, Flashman, Imp.
Yes.
Conceptually, though, from the purpose of slow thing, big gun, or gun bigger than what it should, the evolution is Urban Mech, Hunchback, Annihilator.
You see, I might even say bull shark there at the end, because then at that point it's got a piece of field artillery on its back.
Which, by the way, I think is a very practical idea, but I may have been told, no, you can't have arrow for artillery as a frontline unit.
I hate to break it to you, but there are rules for it, and the Urban Mech can have it.
Yeah, they're all, well, it's funny you should say that, because I have one of them painted.
Yup, and it's canon. It's absolutely canon.
It's canon because
Canon to
somebody
have that
it was
canon?
hilarious.
It's canon because it got used at a Gen Con event that was being tied into a diorama that was used for story purposes.
It was canon because it has that canon.
Well, that too.
Sorry. The Annihilator is for urban mechs in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same speed. Coincidence? I think not.
And you know what that bottom Urban Mech never does? Skip leg day.
Somebody did an art where they pieced together a bunch of urban mechs and they called it the Devasterby, and I've never found it again. And I want that. I want that because I think it's hilarious.
I feel
You know
like
what also is very hard to find that I never can find
Big League Chew.
is the battle mech fighting Trogdor and just lasering him.
I don't think I've seen that.
Trogdor.
He was a
But
man.
anyway,
You can be pretty sure that Trogdor can melee because he's got that big muscly arm coming out of the back of his neck. It looks pretty good.
That wing-a-ling dragon.
Yep.
You know, I saw something pop up for that last week. Trogdor is 20 years old, guys.
Oh, sweet
Trogdor
Lord.
My
is
knees
old
already hurt.
Trogdor's
Hey,
old enough
Maze
to
Hughes is offering to send Ducks a picture of the Devasterb.
And also Wookie says check your Discord.
Okay, give me a minute.
Ducks.
Oh, Ducks. Okay.
I already have that open, and I am trying to figure out how to hollow it out and make it. Well, no, that wouldn't work. I'm trying to Yes, I want to know how big I can print that with my printer when it's too cold out to print. Stay tuned. More dumb things to come.
Not for much longer. It's closing in on our time.
No, from me.
Oh, well. Just in general.
Okay. I can't remember what else I was gonna say. There was something I was gonna say, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's gone now.
I am about to have to dip out.
Well, if you can wait for 7 minutes, we will be done with the stream. Because it is almost that time. And I am just trying to get some finishing touches on this banner, which isn't strictly done, but will be done more or less enough.
Voxel Forge asks Para, how are you digging the Highlander?
He is very round through the body, but I am liking him.
Also, just a little announcement. If there's anybody in here that even knew about it, the Friday Hanging with Hal stream will not be seen tomorrow.
Why?
Staff meeting.
Staff meeting?
Yep.
What do you do? Work for a living?
Yep. Yeah, the
Boo this man.
The midday streams that I do are on my lunch breaks on my work from home day. The problem is that through April, I will not have Wednesday as a work from home day. So
Okay. Very quickly, this is not done. This needs to be cleaned up, but we do have a Crimson Serpent banner.
Crimson Serpent banner.
Wookie wants to know why you're meeting with a wooden pole.
Well, it's just one of those things, you know.
But
Actually, this is not. It could have been an email meeting. I'm giving a presentation tomorrow, so
Well, break
I'm
away.
I'm recommending books for professional development. So this is going to go real well. The Dark Knight Rises will help give you context in your professional world.
Webster's dictionary defines professional culture as.
Will you
Okay.
be giving a dramatic presentation?
Oh God, why? So Voxel Forge right now is working on a Highlander. This is the CGL Highlander. What he has so far, he's been working especially on the center torso so far. He's got especially these shoulder pieces. Where on this has kind of got 3 facets to it. His is very round. So it'll be an interesting take on it. I really like the head you've got on it so far.
That
You
head
wanna
looks
show my
appropriate
thing?
for
This is
the dumpster that protects the pilot.
I mean, this is the CGL one, so this is the official model.
DGL has made some choices lately, but
They haven't made much in the way of bad ones. I'm pretty happy with most of what they've done.
Anyway.
Oh, Cookie has opinions. Cookie, we got 4 minutes.
Cookie does. I want you to show the thing I put in the.
Oh,
The cookie.
that's right. That's right. Okay, I have to move some stuff.
Move things.
I cast Mage Hand. That was worth announcing.
I
Take this.
You know,
Sarah, what was the conversation we had the other day that we thought would be great? Duncan Fisher did it.
I don't remember, but what's sticking out in my head was the conversation I had with somebody at some point about novel uses for Mage Hand. That if you were clear about the fact that you weren't trying to use it to deal damage, just to distract, just using Mage Hand to apply 5 pounds worth of force into squeezing someone's nuts.
They're just standing around talking, and then all of a sudden, the mayor of the town's bent. He's bent over, going, "Oh."
Like he's just distracted. Just
what's wrong, my lord? I'll be okay in a minute.
I mean, it's a perfectly reasonable. I mean, it makes sense to me.
I'm not trying to deal damage with it. It can't deal damage.
When I finally play the Aberrant Mind sorcerer that I have in mind, that
Cookie,
has the
you said
the
you dropped
for
something in Discord? Oh,
It's
there
in
it is. Okay.
Yeah, he's totally going to do that. No, not Fondle. He's not even going to apply 5 pounds of force. He's just going to find people that irritate him and pinch.
Oh, no. Not okay. And Cookie.
Mm-hmm.
I have your thing up now.
Okay.
Oh,
It's Mandala.
Oh man.
That looks
Voxel
good.
Forge. Yes, it looks great. It
Do we
looks
know
great.
do we know if White Rook is
I haven't heard from him in a little bit. I'm not sure he is, but I really appreciate it whenever the modelers come in to the chat, and just it's fun to be able to see their reaction to things. I hope I've done justice to their work. I hope they're happy with it. Just showing off this maiden here again. I'm very happy with how this one turned out, considering how much time I really didn't drop into her.
it is possible that you and I typically get different reactions to what we do with the models that people send us.
We get radically different reactions.
But I will have you know that the stunned silence just shows that much appreciation for
Exactly.
what I have done with the models I have been provided.
Well,
Um,
well,
Hey,
Forge Master says this is the first time somebody's done a paint job of his stuff. We're glad that you were along for the ride, and congratulations on the milestone.
and
And
welcome to the stream.
really hoping that the Frontier continues to do well. I know it's got some time left. I think these have turned out great. I think the models are great. I think they paint great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest. I don't now. While I've got you here for a minute, I know that you're planning on doing 2 more of these. Oh, real quick, Mad Ducks is asking in chat where the link is if
I'm
Forge
begging
Master
them to
wants to
share the
drop.
link again.
Okay.
It's dramatic effect.
Okay.
You're related to Hal. You know dramatic effect.
I try not to.
somebody
Ah,
once told me.
oh.
Ah!
I was going to say something else. I've lost what it was. Oh, I was going to ask, Forge Master, I know that you're starting with Inspired by Aiel, and I know that you're planning on doing groups that are based off of Matt and groups that are based off of Perrin. At a guess, um, inspired by Band of the Red Hand and inspired by Two Rivers Bowman?
Yet legally distinct.
Inspired by. Based on a true story.
You know what? I would just, I don't mean to speak for anybody or put this on you, Forge, but just having minis from this series for as much stuff as you feel like doing would warm my cold, withered heart
And
very, very much.
I mean, like, if you keep putting them out, I'm going to keep buying them. There are certain things that I'm going to keep backing and keep buying just because that's what I do. I see really good Star Trek stuff, I'm going to back that. I see good Battletech stuff, I'm going to back that. I see Wheel of Time stuff, I am absolutely backing the hell out of that.
Maze,
Mace Hughes has asked about that. I'm sorry, go ahead, Cook.
go ahead.
No, I've suddenly vapor locked on the email. Go for it.
Art at WBPL76.com. That's ART at WBPL76.com.
And okay. Now, Forge Master, for those of you that may or may not be watching on YouTube at a later date, some inspired by Aes Sedai and inspired by Forsaken. Oh God, I'm here for this. And also,
Oh my God.
for everyone else, if you didn't catch Cookie saying that, it's on the end card. I'll keep the end card up for a little bit, and we'll be set. We should set up a command.
I just relish the idea of myself getting to paint like the Forsaken or something like that.
Oh yeah,
That's
you're just gonna be like,
I may want to paint an Aes Sedai.
you're just gonna paint the hell out of just big titty Grandal, aren't you? Just big
I
titty
was
Grandal.
not gonna start there, but apparently.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna make a Shamiel. I'm gonna make Belial. I'm gonna make big titty Grandal.
Robin.
Oh, you're gonna make
Robin
big titty
is my
Robin?
starting point. No, he's just my starting point.
All right.
To do that, yeah, I would. Oh gosh, I would love to be able to do that, man. If you get a chance to, I would love it. And just
Definitely not
Ashaman.
Definitely not Moraine.
Definitely
not Baron, whose dress is green.
Whose dress is green. Forge Master, if you do generic inspired by Ashaman, I would love that too. Oh man, I have an Ashaman coat even.
Being a really easy, just an empty base.
I need to check out
Good
Voxel
joke.
I could have
Forge's,
sworn
Good
there used to be something on that base. Could have sworn. Anyway, guys, it is time. We have been broadcasting for 2 hours and 2 minutes.
all very sensible broadcast, mind you. Very sensible. with
You
nothing
probably
but
hear the
normal
giggles in the
questions.
background.
Oh God. Anyway, folks, thanks for being here tonight. Forge Master and Voxelforge and White Rook. Um, Absolutely great having everybody here. Thanks for coming in. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate the hell out of it. Happy birthday, Diggs. Um, and thanks everybody for everything. We're going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I'm going to give everybody a chance to say something.
Good night, everybody.
Guys, we
Y'all have a
appreciate
good
you.
night.
We
Sorry.
appreciate you, and we think you're awesome. And thank you for supporting our wackadoodleness. And for as long as you keep coming, we'll keep coming.
All right, y'all. Okay, everybody, have a good night, and we'll be here again next week. Squick is still going to be off in Island Paradise next week, so nobody feel bad for him. Later on, everybody.